kind of a somber post that we've got here. I just saw on one of the other YouTube channels that I follow that Ed Piskor took his life today. And I'm not here to talk about the controversy surrounding Ed's life. I'm not here to talk about whether he did right, whether he did wrong. I didn't know the man. I can't speak on him personally. But what I can say is be careful the things that you say to people. The words that you speak to them can change their perception and can change their reality and cause them to end their life prematurely. I've worked in psych for almost 20 years on and off. I've had people tell me from the time that I was 12, people will tell me stuff that they wouldn't tell their priest, wouldn't tell their pastor. I don't know why. I don't know why. If it's that I've got a trusting face, I've got a trusting personality, I'm just that good of a listener, I don't know. It's not about me. But I have heard and seen some of the darkest things that people can go through in life. And I've heard people talk about those things and how they made them feel, how it made the people that they love and the people around them feel. We all have skeletons in our closet, each and every one of us. Nobody's perfect. Nobody can throw the first stone. Does that make everybody okay with exactly everything that they do in life? No. Like I said, we all mess up. We all make mistakes. But you have to realize the weight of some of the things that you say and how you say it to people. You have to realize how that's going to make people feel. You have to realize how important it is that whether you care about that person, as a personality on TV or on the internet or on YouTube, you have to give a modicum of respect to that person as a human being. You have to respect how they feel. And if they tell you that they hurt, if they tell you that they bleed, you have to believe them. Because if you don't, they'll feel like there's only one way out. Now, I've heard people say that that one way out is selfish, that it's thoughtless of others. And in some cases, that may be true. But to go back to an older case, Robin Williams made us laugh, made us cry, made us feel things that we otherwise would not have felt had he not been in the movie industry and he had not made the movies and created the roles that he created. But at the end of the day, he suffered, he hurt on the inside, and nobody knew. His family knew, but nobody knew. You and me going to the movie theaters, laughing, having a good time, enjoying what we saw. We couldn't see the darkness behind it. You know, I've read Spider-Man ever since I was 9. And one of the reasons that I always connected with Spider-Man was because of the self-depreciating humor and the fact that he could laugh at anything that was going on with him in order to get through whatever situation he was dealing with the supervillain, with Mary Jane, with Gwen Stacy, with Flash Thompson, with whatever stressor was going on in his life. He could use that self-depreciating humor. And he would somehow turn that around and make a positive where a negative stayed, where a negative lived. Each and every day we all have to make those decisions to get out of bed, to go to work, to live in a world that can be sometimes dark and we don't know where the light is, much less where it's coming from. Now, this is not in defense of Ed Piskor as a man, because I said at the beginning of this video, I didn't know him. I can't speak on him personally. But what I can speak on is this was a man who had conviction about the art that he created. and the art that he tried to provide others with an enjoyment through. And you can damn the man for his actions. You can damn the man for being less than perfect. But you can't judge him. And you can't say that he deserved to die. You can't say that. Because you don't know what all was going through his heart, what was going through his mind. And you don't know, unless you were there during those conversations, you don't know the full context of conversation. I had a girlfriend one time that I absolutely hated to text. Hated it. Just sucked. Every time it sucked. You know why? Because we would almost get into a fight almost every text conversation, simply because she took the context wrong. There is no context in text. If you talk to somebody on the phone, they can hear the inflection in your voice, they can hear the pain, they can hear the suffering, they can hear the happiness, they can hear the joy. But via text, a lot of things can be said in the dark, whether literally or figuratively, that nobody but those two people that are texting at that time know the entire context of what is going on. And to share that, to hurt somebody else, to bring somebody down, to destroy a career, to destroy a life, to destroy a family. Think about how dark that person must be feeling and must be thinking. To destroy everything that somebody has created just so that they can get their ounce of blood, so that they can feel vindicated in the things that they've said and the things that they've shared that were never meant to be shared in a public forum. It was two people talking to each other. Now, again, I'm not going to get into the intricacies of what you should say on the internet and what you should not say on the internet. You should always err on the side of caution. I will say that. But I will also say that I absolutely hate that someone has taken their life, whether due to their actions or whether their actions were taken out of context. I hate that somebody's taken their life and they will create nothing else. There will be no new content from them simply because they felt there was no other way out. They felt like life was over. And even the strongest man, the strongest woman can withstand a certain amount of bullying on the internet or things being said about them. But nobody can withstand millions or even hundreds of people coming at them all day long. Why did you do this? What was the purpose? It's hard to answer those questions over and over and over again. But a voice, a creative voice, has been silenced due to forces beyond his control, somewhat. And to me, that is very hurtful. I see patients each and every day that say that they want to end it. They say they want to finish their life because they feel like they've done all that they can do. And I am the only thing, myself and my other techs, I'm the only thing that stands between them and wanting to face oblivion, wanting to end it, wanting to step off that bridge, wanting to hang themselves, wanting to walk away. So I feel an obligation in that instance and also in this one to say, watch what you say. You can hurt somebody, either physically, emotionally, or you can cause them to end their life. Now, I'm not going to continue on. And I had a video that I had planned for tonight, and that's really neither here nor there. Because I don't know if emotionally I'm up to task on where things need to be. But I just want to say, be loving and kind to one another. Be understanding. Give somebody the benefit of a doubt and talk to them. Give them the opportunity to defend themselves before you just automatically jump in and dogpile and cancel somebody's life. Because I think that every life, whether they are a good person or a shitty person or anywhere in between, they have a right to live. They have a right to live. Now, once somebody has gotten to the point where they're on death row and they've killed people and they've taken away their own chance at freedom, that's one thing. But to be judged in a court of your own peers by people who don't understand the context of exactly what is going on does no one any good. Some people may think that I don't know the whole story and I'm just talking out the backside of my ass. That's okay. That's okay if you feel that way. I don't know you more than likely. You probably don't know me either. So you don't know the things that I've seen and the things that I've dealt with and the people that I've talked down from that bridge. So if you want to judge me for not knowing, then you go ahead and judge me too. But that's on you. And you'll have to answer for that at the end of the day. For everybody else, love one another. Be kind to one another and watch your words. Watch your actions. Be respectful towards other people. If you can't respect the person, respect them for being a person. If you can't respect their actions, respect them for being human and having emotions and having wants and having desires and having feelings. I don't understand selfish people, and I still think that it's not selfish what Ed did. He felt like that was the only way out. He felt that was the only option that he had left. He had cut ties. Everybody had cut ties with him. They had cut him loose. Why? To save their own bacon. To save their profession. To save any chance that they could have at having a job, at having a future, at having a career. They cut him loose to save themselves. How's that any different than Jack and Rose on Titanic? The selfishness in this industry, the selfishness in this country, the selfishness in the human heart has got to stop. It's got to come back to a place where we can talk about things, where we can discuss things without hatred towards the other person. You're a Democrat, I'm a Republican, I hate you. Why? Why can you not have a discourse that is positive, that gets things done, rather than automatically assuming that the other guy is the devil? I don't understand that. How can you attack somebody for being black, being white, being Asian, being Pacific, or anywhere in between? How can you accuse somebody of something without knowing what's in their heart and in their mind? I don't like to preach. I don't like to be preachy. This is supposed to be a fun channel. This is supposed to be a channel where I talk about my comic books, and I talk about your comic books, and we talk about the things that we love. But by the same token, I don't want anybody to ever walk away thinking that bigot ideas, thinking that not hearing the other person out, thinking that your side is the only side that matters. Listen to one another. Believe in one another. And together we can all go out there and create some of the best comics that you'll ever read, some of the best literature. Lift one another up. Stop tearing down. Tearing down is easy. Tearing down requires minimal effort. It takes a lot more to stand beside somebody and tell them I love you and it will get better and things will improve than it does for you to go and join the bandwagon and say, yeah, they're not worth the effort. They're not worth it. And a lot of people take the easy way out. They take the easy route. But Robert Frost taught us that years ago. He took the different path, and it made all the difference in life. In every choice that he made after he took path B instead of path A. He could have taken path A. Everybody else took path A. Why would he not? But instead, he saw that there was something special about the other way. Don't let the politics, don't let the hatred, don't let all of the negativity get into life. Don't let it eat your heart. Again, I don't know him. I don't know. He might have been a bad man. He might have been talking to underage girls with wrong intent. But it's not for me to judge him for that. Instead, it's for me to reach out a hand and say, brother, how can I help you? What can I do to help you get over this? How can I help you get through this? Selfishness gains no one nothing. We all lose at that game. And that hurts. That hurts to think that we lose at that game. And that's the game that everybody's playing. I got to be first. I don't care about other people's feelings. You know, if somebody does me wrong, I'm going to get them back. Didn't you ever get raised that two wrongs don't make a right? And yelling at the top of your lungs about other people's sins only makes you look that much worse? If he did something terribly wrong, then I apologize to his victims. But there is a time and a place to address those issues, and the internet as a court of law is not the time and not the place. Destroying a man's career and then destroying his life is not the time and not the place, and we don't need that in this industry. We already have enough divisiveness. We already have enough, of certain people saying certain things based on their politics. It has nothing to do with whether or not Superman or Batman would win in a fight. It has nothing to do with whether or not Blankets is an excellent study of a young man coming of age. It has nothing to do with Strange Haven, or with Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, or Dark Knight Returns, or Superman for All Seasons. All of those are character studies in humanity, in basic human decency. And we seem to have forgotten that decency. We've walked away from that, and instead we're taking the easy way out and the simplest path. I walked away from psych about 12 years ago. I walked away from that because I felt like I had done everything that I could do. My groups were becoming the same, and I felt like I didn't have any growth. There was nowhere else for me to go. But instead of staying there at a job that I no longer loved, taking care of patients that I no longer felt attached to and a need to help out of the darkness, instead I walked away. Was it selfish? Yes, it was. But at the same time, it saved me. And I came back 6 years later, and I've been back for almost 6 years now. And again, I love what I do. I love my patients. I love the opportunity to go in there, and when they wake up in the morning and they feel like crap, I can go in there and turn their day around by saying, hey, think about the things that you have, not the things that you don't. I did a group with them the other day, and I said, journaling is not about writing War and Peace. Journaling is about getting your thoughts out. So I said, think on this. I said, take 3 sentences at the beginning of every day and jot them down on a piece of paper. I said, I'm having a great day. That's sentence 1. I'm having a great day because, sentence 2. And I'm going to continue to have a great day because of why, sentence 3. Conversely, I'm having a shit day. I'm having a shit day because. And the third sentence is the one that everybody needs to take away. but I'm not going to continue to have that kind of day because of something. You're still taking a negative and you're turning it around to a positive. But when you take somebody's life away, when you end it, there is no opportunity for them to come back from that. There is no opportunity for them to turn their life around, to make things better. Like I said, he who is without sin cast the first stone. Throw that first stone if you feel like you've never done anything wrong in your life. You've never lied, you've never cussed, you've never slept with your sister's brother, whatever. Whatever your sin is, if you think that you're without sin, then go ahead and cast the first stone. But other than that, I want you to think about the words that you say the next time you get into an argument with somebody, whether it be political or religious or whatever. I want you to think about how what you say to that person, how you would take it if you were the person on the other end, on the receiving end. How would I feel if somebody said that to me? How would I feel? Would I feel like crawling under a rock and dying? Would I feel like taking a shotgun to my head like Kurt Cobain or Ernest Hemingway and pulling the trigger? Words and actions have consequences, folks, and we seem to have forgotten that because everybody wants to be an armchair quarterback and everybody wants to say whatever they want to while hiding behind the internet. I'm just here to remind you that there are consequences for those actions. There's consequences for those words. And you may think at the time that you're justified in things that you say and how you say it and the reasons that you say these things to people. And that's fine, as long as you're willing to bear the brunt of whatever those consequences are. Losing a job, losing a relationship. All I know is at the end of the day, I want to be known as a kind of person, as a thoughtful person, and as a person who thought of what he was going to say before he said it, so that he didn't cause somebody who was on the edge to go over that edge, take that leap, put that gun in their mouth, take that handful of pills. Like I said, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time and your attention. I'm going to try to step away for a few minutes and think about things, and then I will try to come back with a short video that I had planned for tonight. But be kind to each other, folks. Love each other. Love your family. Love your wife, your kids, your husband, your kids, whoever it may be. Go out there and love on them. And remember to spread positivity and love in this life rather than hatred and negativity. That's all I got for tonight. Thanks for joining me on this live stream. Y'all take care, and I'll see you in the next video. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. I'd love to see some comments down there. I see all of your hearts. Thank you for that. I'm not really sure how to respond to those while I am on my phone, which is where I'm doing my live stream. So I apologize if anybody's giving comments and I just haven't responded to those. I'll go back and respond to them once the live stream has been uploaded. But like I said, if you hadn't had the opportunity, please like and subscribe to this channel. I talk about comic books, I talk about pop culture, but I also occasionally, when things like this arise, I feel the need to speak on the importance of mental health and speak on the importance of treating each other like human beings rather than treating each other any way that we see fit. So everybody have a wonderful night. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.